I'm Joanna Simpson here at Risk Minds International, and joining me now is Daniel Moore, Chief Risk Officer for Scotiabank. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Hi.
Hello. And just tell me a little bit about how new technologies and innovative approaches are affecting banks at the moment in terms of cyber risk and also in terms of risk management.
Sure. Well, I think cyber is changing banks in four different dimensions. One is through the competitive landscape. We're being pushed to do more for our customers. And there are lots of fintechs out there that can offer a much broader offering or challenging us to that much broader offering. Two, in this digital world, consumer expectations are higher and they're pushing us to deliver more to the customer. Three, internally, banks are digitizing. We're making our processes more streamlined and we're making ourselves more efficient so we can deliver more value to the shareholder. And then lastly, with that whole package comes the threat of cyber, to which we must respond, and we're changing our processes and our defenses, as well as our detect and respond mechanisms in response to that cyber threat.
So what are the main opportunities and challenges associated with that?
So another one of the challenges associated with that is the cost associated with the development of defenses against the threats that exist against us. As an example of that, the cloud computing enterprise globally is predicted to add 3.7 trillion of value by 2020. However, the costs associated with building defenses into the cloud computing infrastructure are estimated at about half that value, at about 1.4 trillion. So half the value of the cloud computing enterprise may get eroded through the buildup of defenses against attacks against the cloud architecture.
And disruptive technologies are challenging the traditional banking model. How has digital technology changed or influenced the way the bank operates?
I think that's really interesting because digital is not only an enabler for us, digital not only changes how we're doing banking, but it changes the bankers inside banking. As an example, at Scotiabank, we have probably the largest digital factory in Canada with about 400 technologists working alongside business people in a locally located but off-site digital factory. Those folks work in scrums, in agile methodology, and that thought process, even those words, are permeating the bank and changing how we operate, particularly as risk managers. Whereas before we would have had very much a waterfall style structure in risk with a yes-no decision at the end of a process, now we're much more of a fail-fast, test-and-learn enterprise. So it really has changed the culture inside banking.
And how do you see it impacting the institution going forward?
I think it's tremendously exciting. As we realize the value of the data that we have inside, the value of the data being really the new oil for financial services, and how to harvest that appropriately, we'll be able to deliver tremendous value to our customers.
And many banks work directly or indirectly with fintech services, but fintechs are governed by the same level of regulation as banks. So what challenges does this pose from a risk management perspective?
I think it's a challenge for risk management as well as a challenge to the regulators to find out how they encourage innovation while having a safe, regulated financial system. And I think we're all grappling with that. But one of the things that banks bring to the table is that thing that no fintech really wants. That's regulation. And we can help them deal with that while finding a venue for that technology and that capacity that they bring to financial services.
And how can banks mitigate the risks related to innovation that they're undertaking with fintechs?
I think it is about culture. I think it is about shifting that mindset from a waterfall, yes-no end of the process to a consistent, fail-fast, test-and-learn adaptation. The analogy you'll hear me use from time to time is, whereas risk in a bank used to be the handbrake that came on just before you hit the light pole, now we're much more about being the steering wheel and adapting continuously to the threat landscape around us.
Daniel Moore, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.